Less than 2 weeks before Survivor Series, Monday Night Raw emanates from the legendary Greensboro Coliseum in Greensboro, North Carolina. And tonight on Raw, there is some bad blood that is hoped to be settled between the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes and the Street Champ Solo Sikoa. Solo and Jacob Fatu were victorious over Rhodes and CM Punk 8 nights ago at Bad Blood. Tonight on Raw, Cody Rhodes looks to settle the score one-on-one with Solo. And the never-seen 17 franchise is in the house! What a night it was! Last Monday on Raw, the face-to-face confrontation between the undisputed WWE Champion John Cena and the Great One, The Rock. The Rock dropping the bombshell that at Survivor Series, John Cena will lead a team against the Bloodline in a 4-on-4 traditional Survivor Series elimination matchup. Not only that, but The Rock will return to the ring a part of the Bloodline team as he was seemingly goaded into the such by the WWE Champion. Well, John Cena here to address the events of last week as we are less than 2 weeks before Survivor Series when Team Cena will go to war with the Bloodline in Madison Square Garden. Well, speaking of one of the members on John Cena's team at Survivor Series, look no further than the visionary, the revolutionary, Seth freaking Rollins. Rollins' history with the Bloodline runs deep. He's been itching to get his hands on Jacob Fatu for quite some time. And what about last week, the stare down between himself and the OTC Roman Reigns? Well, Rollins joining Cena's team has made things oh so much more interesting. Well, a bit of a rally speech from both John Cena and Seth freaking Rollins. They will be joined by Cody Rhodes and CM Punk at Survivor Series. What a traditional 4-on-4 matchup that has developed, ladies and gentlemen. But speaking of Survivor Series, over the last number of weeks, we have witnessed the #1 contenders tournament for the Intercontinental Championship play out. Tonight it is the finals. Oba Femi, Penta, the winner, will meet Ludwig Kaiser a week from Sunday in New York City at Survivor Series. And we are not going to have to wait long to determine said #1 contender. The finals of the tournament are right here. And right now, the road to the Fall Classic, one of the biggest nights in the WWE calendar Survivor Series, is ramping up right here tonight on Raw.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Ecatepec, Mexico. Weighing in at 87 kilos, Penta!
The extraordinary luchador, Penta. He has been undefeated since his WWE debut back in July. And of course, throughout this tournament thus far, he has turned away Kevin Owens in the first round and Alidolo Andrade in the semis. But can he get through the ruler Oba Femi? That is the question we await an answer to. In the first round, the ruler Oba Femi turned away American Mage Chad Gable. And last week on Raw, in the semifinals of the tournament, defeating the man they call him, Carmelo Hayes. Now the only thing standing between Femi and the Intercontinental title is an extraordinary luchador.
And his opponent from Lagos, Nigeria, weighing in at 273 pounds,
Oba Femi, another man who joined Monday Night Raw in this calendar year on the Raw after WrestleMania, and he has continued to climb the ladder, continued to make waves, and continued to turn away the competition. But now Oba Femi steps into the line of fire, one step closer to a potential Intercontinental Championship matchup in the world's most famous arena at Survivor Series. Both Oba Femi and Penta have made their names worldwide in 2025. But who is going to move one step closer to glory? We find out right here and now in Greensboro on Monday Night Raw. It has been a hell of a tournament thus far, and I got a feeling the finals are only going to get better. This is a first-time ever matchup between Penta and Oba Femi. The winner becomes #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. We are underway here on Monday Night Raw. Huge news moments ago as John Cena revealed his team for Survivor Series. And of course, we'll feature the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, who will be in tonight's main event against the Bloodline solo Sikoa. Right now, the eyes of the world are on Oba Femi and Penta. It is the speed and agility of the luchador against the power and strength of the ruler. Saw Oba Femi snatch Carmelo Hayes out of mid-air last week with a powerbomb and then delivered a fall from grace on top of that. Penta's got to be careful with any high-flying maneuvers he looks to implore tonight that Oba Femi isn't going to do the same to him. All remains to be seen. There's Penta taking Oba Femi off his feet. Not necessarily a rare occurrence. It's one thing to knock Oba Femi off his feet. It's a whole other thing to keep him there. Wait a minute. Penta sending the ruler to the outside. And a pair of boots right to the mush. Penta going for the knockout blow. And now, crossbody to the outside. And he's still not done. Penta stacking the offense against the powerful frame of Femi with the Hurricane Rana off the Frankensteiner. Hurricane Rana off the barricade. Excuse me, the excitement's getting the best of me here. Penta all over Femi as he starts to rally early here in the Coliseum. First time ever, as we mentioned, we knew we were going to be in for a good one. Oh, Femi sidestepping, Penta able to skin the cap, but he gets clobbered with that clothesline in the back of the neck. And just when you think Penta's about to gain control, there's Femi grounding the luchador. Looking to wrestle his style about. Contrasting styles here between Femi and Penta as both men look to progress forward and challenge Ludwig Kaiser for the Intercontinental Championship a week from Sunday in New York City. Femi dropping the elbows on the heart of Penta, who again has been undefeated since his Monday Night Raw debut back in July. Femi hasn't seen, oh my goodness! Big time slam, nearly sending Penta right through the ring, and Penta's still alive. Make no mistake about it, Femi hasn't seen very many blemishes either. Go back to the King of the Ring tournament, he fell short to Damian Priest there. Femi's seen a couple of bumps in the road, but overall, Femi has been fairly dominant here on Monday Night Raw. He has certainly been dominant throughout this tournament thus far. He hopes to continue that success right here in the finals against Penta, who he's got grounded in the corner at the given moment. This is what Femi wants. Ground Penta, make sure he's not flying around this ring, wrestling the style of matchup he wants to implore. Femi's got to dictate the pace. Oh my goodness! You see the speed of Femi as he just pounced right through Penta that time. And now Penta set to the ropes again, another spine buster by Femi, and now into the cover. And a kick out by Penta. See Penta putting all he had behind that kick out, very enthusiastic. Trying to make sure Femi knows that this thing is far from over. Penta, a veteran of the game, maybe new to WWE this year, but he has been a world-traveled veteran and has won championships, both singles and tag team titles, around the world. Looking for his first title here in the WWE, and it could come at Survivor Series if he can get through Femi tonight and meet Kaiser, but Femi looking to ensure that that won't be the case. Oh, but it's another kick out by Penta. Femi has picked Penta off his feet and drove him into the canvas time and time again already in this contest. We are seeing the resilience of Penta on full display as he continues to survive. Scooping him off his feet once more, and there he goes. Dead center of the ring, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The ruler in the driver's seat right now. Oh, there's a boot by Penta. Femi might have took a second too long to embrace this audience here in the Coliseum, and it gave Penta the R&R that he needed. Trying to shake off the cobwebs and knock the tree trunk-sized legs of Penta down the sides. Femi eating a couple of boots by the luchador. Takes the rug out from underneath him, and then a double stomp right to the chest. Penta showing signs of life as he's got Femi rocked. Look at this, Code Red by Penta off the middle rope. Ever impressive is the luchador. Femi looking dazed as Penta delivers the running Mexican destroyer of the big man. And Femi able to kick out. Penta can't believe it. He thought after the Code Red plus the Mexican destroyer that Femi would have been done and over with. Femi now up against the ropes, and Penta just using his own body as a weapon to take anything and everything out of the ruler. Yeah, we got a good one here to kick things off tonight in Greensboro, North Carolina on Monday Night Raw as Penta gets sent right to the barricade by the ruler. Now Femi dropping Penta on the barrier once more. We talked about it in recent weeks. Femi knows what it's like to survive a tournament. NXT Breakout Tournament winner a couple of years ago, former North American champion in that brand. He is looking to repeat history in a sense by winning another tournament, this time on Raw, and going after the Intercontinental title that is currently held by Ludwig Kaiser. There's Penta on the apron, and Femi just ragdolls him back inside of the ring. Penta might have shown his best hand as you see Femi start to take over once again. That flurry by Penta, all the strikes, the code red, the destroyer, may have been all the luchador had left. Penta has been fighting a defensive battle forced by Femi. There's a reversal that time, and once again, Penta tries to rally. Femi set in the corner, full head of steam. There's a boot, takes him down to size once more. Penta hitting a groove. Femi, from my estimation, looks to be in the drop zone. Swanton bomb by Penta. And we see another near fall in the middle of the Coliseum. Femi still alive after Penta again with a flurry of strikes in the corner, followed up with the high risk, high reward Swanton bomb. Femi able to brush him off, however. There's a sidestep. Kick right to the abdominal of the luchador. And now Femi, face first, goes Penta right to the knee. Femi looks to be confident, dare I say, as Penta now with a reversal and a head scissors takedown. Neither of these men should be too confident opposed to the other. A hell of a battle. Look at Penta. Oh my goodness. Step up on the ropes. A little whisper in the wind. Down goes the ruler. Penta may be seeing the finish line on the horizon. The boot got caught by Femi. Femi now, once again, a ever-powerful maneuver to the luchador. How do you keep the ruler down for good? Chad Gable couldn't figure it out. Carmelo Hayes couldn't figure it out. Does Penta have a way to figure out this puzzle? Well, it may be too late as Penta's been hoisted on top. And an avalanche choke slam by the big man. Penta in trouble. And a fall from Grace. Femi's not going for the cover just yet. Femi recognizing that Penta is one hell of a talent. A second fall from Grace. And there is no getting up from that. A hell of a battle to kick things off tonight on Monday Night Raw as we witness the finals of this #1 Contenders tournament. Penta doing all he could to go high risk, high reward, high flying, leaning on his strengths and attributes against the big man. But unfortunately for Penta, Femi's power and strength was just too much to handle. Femi inadvertently showing Penta a sign of respect from my estimation as he didn't go for the cover off the first fall from Grace, recognizing the talent and resilience of the luchador, went for another, drove Penta through the canvas, and we have a #1 contender for Ludwig Kaiser's Intercontinental Championship.
Here is your winner, Femi.
Femi has been itching for championship gold here on the main roster, and he is finally going to get his opportunity a week from Sunday as Femi enters the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, and contests Imperium's Kaiser for said championship gold. Wait a minute here. We ain't done just yet. Ludwig Kaiser out here to rain on the parade of Femi. Well, if there's one thing that Ludwig Kaiser does not lack, it is certainly confidence. No matter how big they are, no matter how tough they are, Kaiser believes he's got what it takes to chop them down to size. And there you see the confrontation between champion and challenger. A week from Sunday at Madison Square Garden, the ruler, Femi, gets his crack at the Intercontinental Gold as he goes mano-a-mano against Imperium's Ludwig Kaiser at Survivor Series. The battlefield will be set live. WWE returns to the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, in the city that never sleeps, New York City. It's the Fall Classic, where dream teams assemble, fueled by pride, vengeance, and the hunger to dominate. Alliances will be tested, rivalries will square off, and the best of the best will collide to determine who will be the sole survivors. On one of the most important nights of the WWE calendar, only the strongest will survive. Presented by Noah Nation Gaming channel memberships, history will be made at the 2025 Survivor Series. We want to take you back to the closing moments of Monday Night Raw last week in Tampa. After The Rock and John Cena's confrontation establishing Survivor Series, The Rock tried to strike with a rock bottom similar to the one 24 hours prior at Bad Blood. John Cena tried to fight back, but unfortunately he suffered the same fate. Luckily for Cena, the visionary Seth freaking Rollins arrived on the scene to even the score. The Rock told us that Roman Reigns had already taken a flight home, but to the surprise of us all, Roman Reigns was in Tampa. And as you can see by this stare down, The Rock and Roman Reigns may not be on the same page, but they better hurry up and get on the same page, because coming up at Survivor Series, it is Rock, Roman, Jacob, and Solo against Team Cena. The 4-on-4 traditional Survivor Series elimination matchup coming your way a week from Sunday in New York City. But the Bloodline got hands all over Monday Night Raw, and that includes in the tag team division. And as of recent weeks, it looks as if the Bloodline are targeting the Wyatt Six and the World Tag Team Championship.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Orlando, Florida, weighing in at 209 pounds,
We want to take you back to 2 weeks ago to show you how we got to this festivity tonight. Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis mysteriously attacked in the backstage area, put through tables by what we assumed was DIY. DIY were set to challenge the Wyatt Six for the World Tag Team titles later in the night. Uncle Howdy and Eric Rowan would step up to replace Gacy and Lumis as they were unable to compete. Well, DIY was put down by Uncle Howdy in the final moments, Wyatt Six retaining the World Tag Team titles. But a celebration cut short as the Bloodline's Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa would arrive on the scene, dropping Big Red Eric Rowan and Uncle Howdy in the middle of the ring, setting their sights on the World Tag Team titles. Well, it became very obvious that it wasn't DIY who tried to eliminate Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy. It was these two men sending a message to the Wyatt Six. And now tonight, Tama Tonga looks to move the team one step closer to challenging for championship gold as he goes one-on-one with Joe Gacy. A busy night for the Bloodline, all in anticipation of Survivor Series. Tama Tonga's got one goal in mind, and that's victory at the highest level. You know, I don't know who would want to pick a fight with the Wyatt Six, especially after we watched the Wyatts haunt DIY for months here on Monday Night Raw in anticipation of taking away the World Tag Team titles. But I guess if anybody or any group is daring to do that, look no further than another family here on Monday Night Raw, and maybe the most powerful one in the Bloodline. Well, as The Rock, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and Jacob Fatu prepare to go to battle with John Cena, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Cody Rhodes at Survivor Series. Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa have other deals to take care of. And it is the men and woman that stands in front of them here and now. The Wyatt Six have arrived in Greensboro, North Carolina. Always an eerie, ominous feeling that comes across any arena that the Wyatt Six make their presence felt in. Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis wearing the straps, the World Tag Team titles here on Monday nights. Uncle Howdy and Eric Rowan stepping up to the plate and defending those titles on the behalf of Gacy and Lumis a couple of weeks ago, only for them to suffer similar fates, being dropped by Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. Well, the Wyatt Six weren't going to take those attacks lying down. They're here live on Monday Night Raw, and they're out for blood. A scary sight, and I would not want to be Tama Tonga. Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see Solo Sikoa of the Bloodline in action later tonight against the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, somebody he's been at odds with on Monday Night Raw, and somebody he will meet again at Survivor Series. But right now, it is Tama Tonga taking on Joe Gacy of the Wyatt Six, and Gacy is hot out of the gate, trying to take a pound of flesh away from a member of the Bloodline. Oof! Better not take his eye off the ball. Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, they've been tag team champions elsewhere, but never here in the WWE. They are obviously looking to move one step closer to doing so. I don't think getting in a screaming match with Uncle Howdy or any members of the Wyatt Six are going to move them in the right direction. But who am I to question the Bloodline's antics? They've made it this far. Joe Gacy, ever physical. Another veteran of the game, and he's only gotten more dangerous a part of the Wyatts in recent months. Joe Gacy put through a table just like Dexter Lumis was in the backstage area a couple of weeks ago. We thought DIY were the culprits. Turns out it was the Bloodline. Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa setting their stake that they are coming for the World Tag Team titles, but just because they made the attacks doesn't mean they get handed the reward. They gotta earn it, and Joe Gacy's gonna make it difficult for him. Just running over Tama. And rolling to the outside, we should say. Trying to get a breathing room here, and there's Tonga Loa taking Joe Gacy's eye off the ball. This is what Joe Gacy of the Wyatt Six cannot allow. As Tama Tonga's back on the apron and delivers a headbutt. I don't care who you are. Never want to get into a fight like that with a Samoan. And now here's Tama off the top rope. Who wants to eat a headbutt for one of these wild Samoans of the Bloodline? And look at Loa putting his hands on Gacy, completely unnecessary. Gacy rolled to the outside, and well, there you got Uncle Howdy on the opposite side of the apron. Well, you know what? I guess everything's eye for an eye tonight between these two families. The Wyatt Six got to play dirty, especially with a team that's a part of a family who does it best. And fight dirty is what they will do. Cutter by Tama Tonga, knocking Joe Gacy down once again, just trying to choke the life out of this guy. In front of a sold-out capacity audience here in the Greensboro Coliseum in Greensboro, North Kakalaki. In anticipation of Survivor Series, when so much is on the line for the Bloodline. You heard The Rock last week warning Roman Reigns, this is the last straw. last chance to prove yourself as a tribal chief. Really don't even know what any of that ominous message from The Rock means, but what we do know is The Rock and Roman Reigns really don't see on the same page right now. Nonetheless, they're going to be teaming up at Survivor Series. All the while, Tama Tonga with a boot scrape across the face of Gacy. Much to the chagrin of this North Carolina audience, and there's the elevated DDT that has brought the Tongans success before. And a kick out by Gacy. Will Gacy have to shake the cobwebs off, and for how much longer? We saw Gacy and Loomis go to battle with Gargano and Ciampa to originally win the World Tag Team titles. We saw Uncle Howdy and Eric Rowan do the same 2 weeks ago to keep said tag team gold. Why it's 6, with a stranglehold in the tag team champions as of late. Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa gunning for them, and Joe Gacy's trying to turn away the competition before they can even get going. Big time Uranagi into the senton. Tama Tonga's momentum may have just been halted here on Monday Night Raw. Joe Gacy getting physical. Tama looking up at the lights of the Coliseum as Gacy elects to scale the ropes here. Out of the corner comes a member of the Wyatt Six with a mean left hand right to the jawline. Guarantee you Tama seeing stars at the given moment. Oh, keep your eyes on Tonga Loa back there. He just exposed the steel underneath that turnbuckle. Tama Tonga starting to tee off on Gacy. And wait a minute, Gacy just got sent right into that exposed steel. I didn't even know if referee Ron Zapata realized that the turnbuckle was uncovered. And now Tama Tonga wiping out Gacy after that underhanded tactic. And he steals the victory in the process.
Here is your winner, Tama Tonga.
Well, the Bloodline never been a family to play fair, and they proved that again tonight. The exposed steel followed up by the victory. Tama Tonga scores the win. Well, nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take you back to last week in Tampa on Monday Night Raw. Sami Zayn in non-title action against the Intercontinental Champion Ludwig Kaiser. Matchup had only progressed for a couple of minutes until Sami Zayn's old best friend Kevin Owens would arrive on the scene. Sami tried to fend him off, but Kevin Owens putting his hands on Sami, causing the disqualification, and the beatdown would commence. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn have been at odds with each other, but last week it was Sami Zayn who got the last laugh, knocking Kevin Owens out with the haluva kick, dead center of the ring. We said it last week, we'll say it again. I am sure Sami Zayn has got a lot on his mind, especially after the recent events regarding his old best friend and Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn was powerbombed on the ring apron several weeks back. Kevin Owens called this man a cancer to his career, needed to cut Sami Zayn out for good. Kevin Owens hell-bent on moving past Sami Zayn, but if recent weeks have showed us anything, it's that Sami Zayn is not going to allow it. Zayn might have hit Kevin Owens with that haluva kick last week, might have cost him his opportunity in the #1 Contenders tournament for the Intercontinental title a week prior. But Sami Zayn, I have a feeling, is far from done with the prize fighter on Monday Night Raw. I am sure Kevin Owens is here in the Coliseum, keeping a close eye on Sami Zayn as their issues continue to develop. But what we do know is Sami Zayn is live and in living color here on Monday Night Raw. Been an exciting night already. Greensboro loud and proud and on their feet for Sami Zayn. Oh, hang on here. Sami Zayn throwing out the Survivor Series challenge, but Kevin Owens arriving through the WWE Universe and ambushing Sami in the middle of the ring. Well, Kevin Owens is going to be even more ticked off after what happened last week. Trying to knock out Sami Zayn only for Sami to turn the tables. Well, Kevin Owens had enough of listening to Sami, trying to get physical here on Monday Night Raw. Sami starting to fight back, and oh, another haluva kick to Kevin Owens. Lightning striking twice in the same place, and Kevin Owens' attempt for an attack just got thwarted by Sami once again. Well, Sami Zayn throwing out the challenge, saying this thing between him and Kevin is only getting started. He wants to see Kevin Owens at Survivor Series. Can't get enough universe mode? PLE kickoff shows, live events, all exclusive to Noah Nation Gaming channel members. Hit the join button down below and gain access to more universe than ever before. We are back live in the Coliseum in Greensboro, North Carolina for Monday Night Raw. Ivy Nile of American Made has got her hands full tonight with a very pissed off and motivated Nightmare, Rhea Bloody Ripley.
Hey, her opponent from Adelaide, South Australia, Rhea Ripley.
For a brief moment in time, Mommy was back on top. That was until Roxanne Perez cashed in Money in the Bank. And now, a week from Sunday at Survivor Series, the Nightmare looks to get back the WWE Women's Championship as she challenges the prodigy, Roxanne Perez. We heard from Rhea Ripley last week. She has been positioned at the front of the line as Lyra Valkyria is on the shelf, at least for the moment, with some nagging injuries after a matchup with Rhea Ripley at Bad Blood. Lyra Valkyria will be back, I am sure, in no time and gunning for the winner of the WWE Women's Championship matchup at Survivor Series. Rhea Ripley believes that'll be her claim, that she'll walk back into the arena that she won Royal Rumble in this year and once again capture glory in the world's most famous arena by defeating Roxanne Perez and becoming Women's Champion once more. Remains to be seen if that will be the case, but tonight could be a huge momentum builder for Rhea Ripley as she's one-on-one with a powerful and hungry Ivy Nile. This is one of those situations where Rhea Ripley cannot be looking past her opponent. Rhea's mind is already focusing on Roxanne Perez's Survivor Series, and she's not focused. Oh man, what a headbutt. Maybe she is focused. Well, in the hypothetical event that she is not focused necessarily on Ivy Nile and is already thinking about her upcoming championship matchup in the world's most famous arena, a distracted Rhea Ripley could be exactly what Ivy Nile needs to score the upset victory here. Start to move one step closer to fighting some success of her own on Monday Night Raw. Ivy Nile's obviously got the numbers in her corner. All of American Made out here. Brutus Creed, Julius Creed, and of course the head honcho of the group, Chad Gable, who fell short a couple of weeks ago to Oba Femi in the #1 Contenders tournament. I'm sure Chad Gable feels a little bit better that he at least lost to the inevitable winner of the tournament. But either way, Ivy Nile out here representing American Made and looking to turn the group's momentum around against the #1 contender for the WWE Women's title. Ivy trapped in the corner, not for long. Rhea gonna bring her out with emphatic force off the reverse Alabama. The kick out by Ivy Nile. Rhea Ripley thought she might have put this matchup away early, but Ivy, tough as they come, gonna take a little bit more of whatever Rhea's got in the tank to keep down this American-made representative. It's a Bad Blood 8 nights ago. The SummerSlam rematch, highly anticipated between then defending champion Lyra Valkyria and the Nightmare, Rhea Bloody Ripley. Rhea had a claim that Lyra Valkyria was only able to keep down the Nightmare at SummerSlam because Rhea went in less than 100%. Rhea wasn't necessarily the one complaining. That was certainly a sentiment out there amongst the WWE Universe and even superstars in the locker room. Lyra had a chance to put up or shut up, and Rhea Ripley had a chance to get back the championship. Those two women went to war with each other in the middle of Miami, Florida 8 nights ago, and it was Rhea Ripley who once again captured the women's championship by defeating Lyra Valkyria in the closing moments of that matchup. And even in victory, Rhea Ripley less than 100%. Coming out of it, wait a minute, hold that thought. Ivy Nile, elevated leg lariat, ever impressive, and Rhea Ripley just getting the shoulder up. Ivy Nile thought she put this matchup away. Rhea Ripley still alive here. I think Rhea might have been surprised by that offense by Ivy. Wasn't expecting her to leave the soles of her boots, and look at this strength here. The delayed vertical suplex, rushing all the blood to the skull of the Nightmare. Ever impressive maneuver by Ivy Nile, who looks for a huge upset tonight on Monday Night Raw, and she might have just got it. Another cover by Ivy. Not just yet, Rhea Ripley still alive. As we were talking about, reminiscent on Bad Blood, Rhea Ripley winning the Women's Championship back from Lyra Valkyria, but even in victory, still banged up. And Roxanne Perez saw her opportunity to capitalize. Cashed in Money in the Bank on a weakened Nightmare and became WWE Women's Champion. And that is what Rhea Ripley looks to right the wrong of at Survivor Series. Will be easier said than done when Roxanne Perez is in there with a much more fresh Rhea Ripley. Just as Ivy Nile is finding out how difficult that truly is at the given moment. Face first off the canvas, so wait a minute here. American Maid's got both referee Daphne LaShawn and Rhea Ripley distracted at the given second. Oh, this is great for Ivy Nile. She's getting the opportunity to try to rest up and recuperate. Sneaking up from behind Rhea. Got Rhea in a torture rack position at a moment's notice and try to break the spine of Rhea Ripley in half. A distraction by American Maid. Might have just aided Ivy Nile as she's got the #1 contender hoisted in the sky. Oh, Rhea trying to fight back. And that she does. Torture rack for Ivy Nile might have did some damage, but did not get the victory she so desired. Rhea Ripley now off the reversal. Kick to the rib cage. Uh-oh! Riptide by Rhea. Into the cover. Academic. From here, Rhea Ripley victorious en route to Survivor Series.
Here's your winner,
Rhea Ripley hell-bent on getting back the WWE Women's Championship, and she will have her opportunity in the same building that she won the Royal Rumble matchup in back in January. Survivor Series could be a banner evening for Rhea. Wait a minute, Roxanne Perez in the ring and attacking Rhea Ripley from behind. Well, Rhea wasn't expecting this. Her back was turned. The prodigy's on the scene. Well, remember Roxanne last week really dismissed Rhea Ripley and promised Rhea that she's always one step ahead. Pop rocks! Roxanne Perez getting the jump on the Nightmare here tonight. Oh, wait a minute, I don't think she's done. Rhea's down in the ring. Roxanne Perez has got a steel chair. Oh, come on now. This is unnecessary. The chair right to the rib cage of Rhea. Rhea's had a couple of rib problems this year thanks to her encounters with Nia Jax. It's the reason she went into SummerSlam back in August, less than 100%. Well, Roxanne Perez may be trying to re-aggravate those injuries. And this may be exactly what Perez was talking about last week. Roxanne Perez now, steel chair assault. Rhea back on her feet. And Roxanne with a second pop. Roxanne Rhea caught some of the chair as well. Perez told Rhea 7 nights ago on Raw that as she proved when she was Money in the Bank holder, she is always one step ahead. And now Perez proving those words to be true tonight. An ambush to Rhea Ripley that the #1 contender did not see coming. And she's still not done. Another steel chair shot right to the abdominal of Rhea. Rhea's gasping for air at ringside. All the while, she's been knocked with not 1, but 2 pop rocks by the champion. Well, this is ridiculous. Roxanne Perez just taking liberties with a woman who's already been in action tonight. Did not see the blind sign coming. And Roxanne Perez knows exactly what she's doing, trying to re-aggravate that old injury of the Nightmare Rhea Ripley. Oh, Roxanne Perez still full on the gas. And now a third pop rocks, this time on the floor of the Greensboro Coliseum. I think you made your point. Roxanne Perez trying to get the jump. A week from Sunday, she will defend the Women's Championship against Rhea Ripley, and it's clear the motive of the Prodigy. She's trying to make sure Rhea doesn't go into Survivor Series anywhere close to 100%. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we could also confirm that the challenge has been accepted. Kevin Owens will indeed go one-on-one with his ex-best friend Sami Zayn. There is a score to be settled, and these two men will meet in Madison Square Garden at Survivor Series. The battlefield will be set live. WWE returns to the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, in the city that never sleeps, New York City. It's the Fall Classic, where dream teams assemble, fueled by pride, vengeance, and the hunger to dominate. Alliances will be tested, rivalries will square off, and the best of the best will collide to determine who will be the sole survivors. On one of the most important nights of the WWE calendar, only the strongest will survive. Presented by No Nation Gaming channel memberships, history will be made at the 2025 Survivor Series. Well, last week on Raw, we witnessed a heated confrontation between Gunther and Braun Breaker, discussing who should be next in line to challenge John Cena for the WWE Championship. Well, both men with valid arguments. So next week, we are going to decide who the next #1 contender will be when Raw arrives in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Braun Breaker will go one-on-one with the Ring General Gunther to determine the #1 contender for the WWE Championship after Survivor Series. That is coming up next week on Raw. And speaking of championship affairs, Alba Fire last week losing her women's Intercontinental title to the Dark Angel Stephanie Vaquer. Will Fire not wasting any time invoking a rematch clause. Fire, Vaquer, Intercontinental Championship rematch next week in Washington, D.C. But it is main event time for the Greensboro Coliseum in North Carolina.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, the American Nightmare, Cody
You think Cody Rhodes is ready for Survivor Series? Well, rest assured that Cody and the man standing behind him tonight, CM Punk, certainly are 2 of the 4 men that'll compete in the 4-on-4 traditional Survivor Series elimination matchup, along with Seth Rollins, along with the WWE Champion John Cena, against the Bloodline in the world's most famous arena in New York City. But it was 8 nights ago in Miami at Bad Blood that Cody Rhodes and CM Punk went to battle against Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa, the Bloodline. Solo pinning Punk's shoulders on that night. There is unfinished business between all these superstars. Cody Rhodes looking to get one up on Solo. Ahead of Survivor Series a week from Sunday. The Bloodline looking to once again wipe the floor with the American Nightmare while the Second City Saint looks on.
And his opponent from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 250 pounds, Solo Sikoa.
The Samoan werewolf Jacob Fatu accompanying the street champ here tonight. You are looking at 2 of the 4 men who will represent the Bloodline in New York City, along with the OTC Roman Reigns and the High Chief, The Rock, who returns to action for this 4-on-4 battle live in Madison Square Garden at the Fall Classic Survivor Series. You gotta wonder what's going through the mind of Solo Sikoa. Not only will he be competing at Survivor Series alongside the High Chief, The Rock, but maybe more importantly in this case, he'll be standing once more on the same side as the OTC Roman Reigns, the same man he tried to forcefully remove from the mantle several months ago here on Raw. Well, Seth Rollins called it his way earlier tonight. He believes Roman Reigns is having a bit of a tribal chief crisis. Does he want to lead the family, or does he just want to be in the shadow of The Rock? There's so many questions surrounding Roman Reigns and where his allegiance truly lies. But at the end of the day, Roman Reigns, along with Solo Fatu and the Great One, The Rock, will be the Bloodline unit at Survivor Series that hopes to dismantle Team Cena. Well, here we go. It is Solo Sikoa and the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes in your Monday Night Raw main event live from Greensboro. Cody Rhodes has felt the wrath of Solo in recent months, has been dropped with numerous Samoan spikes, and he is not looking to revisit that maneuver here tonight on Raw. Again, it was Cody Rhodes and CM Punk as they're going to battle with the Bloodline at Bad Blood, falling short of the finish line. Solo Sikoa pinning the shoulders of former decorated WWE champion in CM Punk. Speaking of the WWE Championship, it was Cody Rhodes who arrived here on Monday Night Raw, staked his claim that he wants to shoot for the WWE title, the gold he's never held. It was Solo Sikoa who interrupted him that night all the way back in September, and has really been the start of the domino effect of Cody being engulfed in this war with the Bloodline. A lot of layers, a lot of writing in the traditional Survivor Series matchup coming up in New York City. Bloodline have made their presence felt week after week, month after month on Monday Night Raw, and even when they have had division amongst each other, even in the midst of the Bloodline Civil War, even now that The Rock has been back and inserting himself in the business as of late, the Bloodline still seems to have this overarching stranglehold on Monday Night Raw. Nobody seems to be able to get enough of an edge, enough of a one-up on the Anoa'i family. They just continue to strong-arm their way to championship matches, to more power, to more money, to more TV time, all the things that the Bloodline desires. They want to be nothing short of the top dogs of the industry. There's a list of superstars who got something to say about it. Cody Rhodes is one of them. You are seeing before your very eyes what you get for standing in the way of the Bloodline. And that's a beatdown from an Anoa'i family member. Solo Sikoa now with Cody hoisted in the air. Cody Rhodes able to fight back in a big bulldog of the American Nightmare. You better keep his eyes on Jacob Fatu. You saw him swipe for the feet at the moment. Cody Rhodes ain't gonna back down from no fight. Never has, and I don't think he's gonna start today. Solo Sikoa, I am sure, is here to soften up Cody ahead of Survivor Series. Cody's gonna do the same right back. We heard the rally speech from John Cena, and even Seth Rollins earlier tonight as Cody Rhodes looked to be going for a cutter of some sorts. Solo Sikoa sidestepped it, and Cody crashed it and burning. Again, we heard the rally from John Cena as he let the world know who would be on his team at Survivor Series. And well, there you see Jacob Fatu putting his hands on Cody Rhodes. Cena recognizing how dangerous the Bloodline is and knows he needed to bring the best fighters that he possibly could to Madison Square Garden. Hence the reason he called upon Cody Rhodes and CM Punk and Seth Rollins, 3 men who have been at odds with the Bloodline for one time or another. John Cena, who just most recently got engulfed in this battle. And The Rock positioned Roman Reigns to challenge the GOAT for the WWE title at Bad Blood, which of course Roman Reigns fell short in his pursuit in. Gotta still wonder what The Rock meant last week on Raw when he said Survivor Series was Roman Reigns' last chance. Now, originally it was The Rock who said Roman Reigns was gonna be leading the team. That was before John Cena goaded in the High Chief to lacing up his boots and putting on his trunks and getting in the ring himself at Survivor Series. So many questions surrounding the Bloodline that only the Bloodline can answer. But all that Cody Rhodes and company are interested in is extinguishing this family and forcefully removing them from the head of Monday Night Raw. Cody Rhodes looks to be in trouble at the given moment, however. And that forceful removal may not be happening tonight. Pop up, Samoan drop. Cody might need a shovel to get him off the canvas, able to kick out, but at what cost? I'll tell you, Survivor Series shaping up to be one hell of a night. And what about the matchup that we got next week at the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. on Monday Night Raw? John Cena's already got to lead his team in a battle and worry about the Bloodline at Survivor Series. Well, next week we're going to know who's going to be waiting in the wings for John Cena after Survivor Series for his WWE title. 2 men that Cena's been in the ring with before, Braun Breaker, Gunther. That is going to be a battle next week in Washington, D.C. to determine the #1 contender for the WWE title. All the while, Cody Rhodes just trying to fight back right now. Uh-oh! A little throwback! A little bionic elbow! Solo trying to shake off the cobwebs, and hey, CM Punk! Punk grabbing at the boot of Solo. Jacob up on the apron. Well, both Punk and Fatu trying to get involved, and referee Rod Sapata is having none of it. Well, we know tensions are riding high as we inch closer and closer to Survivor Series, and both teams trying to get the edge. The referee Rod Sapata sending CM Punk and Jacob Fatu back to the showers. Well, here we go. Now we have an even affair between Solo Sikoa and Cody Rhodes. I'm sure after earlier tonight as well, Tonga Loa assisting Tama Tonga in his victory over the Wyatt Six, Joe Gacy. Rod Zapata not looking to see any more shenanigans here tonight regarding the Bloodline. Cody Cutter. And Solo able to kick. Solo able to kick out as Cody Rhodes with a precision landing delivered that Cody Cutter to Solo. Up on the middle rope this time as he was earlier. There's the cutter he was looking for earlier on in this matchup. 2 times in a row, Solo eating the canvas for Monday Night Dinner. Solo now, wobbly foundation. Cody Rhodes looking to keep the momentum going. Solo, however, able to reverse. Uh-oh, spinning Solo. And that may be all she wrote, not just yet. Cody Rhodes now kicking out of a big-time heavy-hit maneuver by his opposer. Both Solo and Cody giving it all they got tonight, emptying the tank towards one another with some of their high-impact maneuvers. Just goes to show you how much the momentum for Survivor Series means for both Cody and Solo with their respective teams. Cody going to be a part of Team Cena. Solo representing the Bloodline. Really looks like an all-star field. Come Madison Square Garden, the 4-on-4 traditional Survivor Series elimination bout. Solo Sikoa now with Cody Rhodes trapped in the corner. Any kind of rally has been cut down by Solo Sikoa. Cody sent out of the corner. Solo now, big time headbutt off the middle rope. Once again, Cody wiped out. Solo grabbing a hold. Could be looking for the Samoan spike. Cody says otherwise. Uh-oh. Couple of lefts, couple of rights. Cody's starting to unload. He's got Greensboro on their feet. Solo Sikoa now, however. Trying to go after the throw to Cody, and there's one that knocks Cody off his feet. Back and forth, these two men just throwing some live rounds, and oh, wait a minute here. Well, Solo's got a steel chair. Maybe sending a message tonight is more important than the victory as Solo Sikoa just got himself disqualified as he hits Cody Rhodes with the steel chair. Well, again, not to sound like a broken record, but maybe sending a message to Team Cena was more important for the Bloodline tonight, opposed to getting yet another victory. Well, Solo and Jacob already defeated Cody and Punk at Bad Blood. In Solo's mind, he is trying to incapacitate Cody, soften him up before the Garden. Samoan spike! Solo Sikoa might have lost its match via disqualification, but by the looks of it, Cody don't look like no winner. Message sent by the Street Champ Solo Sikoa as he represents the Bloodline here tonight on Monday Night Raw. Last thing you wanted to see, and wait a minute here, the WWE Champion John Cena still in the house in Greensboro and coming to the aid. Attitude adjustment to Solo. Well, Cena and Solo clashed a number of weeks ago on Monday Night Raw. Big victory for John Cena on that night. Cena familiar with the destruction that Solo Sikoa can cause and looking to ensure that Solo's attack on Cody didn't go any further. Cena clearing off the announce table here. You want to talk about sending a message? I think John Cena has had a fire ignited him ever since Rock dropped him with a rock bottom at Bad Blood. Uh-oh, Solo in trouble. Attitude adjustment right through the announce table. John Cena drawing a line in the sand against the Bloodline. Oh, man. And look who is here. The High Chief, The Rock. Staring eye to eye with the man he has dropped with a rock bottom not once but twice in the last 8 nights. Well, The Rock will return to the ring, opposing Team Cena a week from Sunday in Madison Square Garden at Survivor Series.